is I'm a brand marketer, right? It's the only thing I'm really good at is connecting with consumers, is building an emotional connection with consumers, understanding how consumers think, how they feel, right? That's what I was trained to do in past lives. Which is why, without, blowing smoke up my own ass, it's why in 2015, Wildfang launched a Wild Feminist line. And then 2016, 17, 18, you watched the world release feminist apparel, right? And suddenly it became everywhere all the time in a very inauthentic way. The reason we were ahead of that was because we spent a lot of time with our consumer. So I am constantly talking to my consumer, constantly. You might not know this. If you tweet Wildfang, you get me, right? And you got me pre-COVID. Now you get me post-COVID because we've got like 6 people at work, but you got me pre-COVID too. My chief creative officer, so employee number 1, is on Instagram, right? So we are in there. I know every bad thing and good thing that anyone said about us ever because I've read it. And often I'm connecting with that person. I try to work in our stores at least once a month. I try to get into our stores and spend an afternoon there. I constantly talk to customer service. What are they hearing? I can't quantify you for that. There will be decisions that you need to make as a leader and as a CEO of to where to put value and resources in your business. And some of those will be hard and fast, and some of those won't. Some of those will be gut. And for me, brand marketing is gut. And for me, consumer obsession is gut. I can't tell you how many days I should be working in the shop or how many customer service calls I should take or how many tweets I should reply to. Like, I can't tell you what the ROI is on that, but I can tell you there's an ROI. Because when people talk in our business about the consumer, they just know. They know the answer because they've spent so much time. And it's a philosophy that has been deeply built into our business from day one. We care as much about a consumer's opinion or reaction as we do about a bottom line or an EBITDA or a margin. We really do. And I mean that. And so when you're that tapped into the consumer, you can generally see directions or trends. Like, I can tell you right now, and I don't know what your business is, but like if you are a consumer driven business, get real up close and personal with Gen Z. Gen Z is a generation in America that's under 19, right? I can tell you they are going to be the first generation in American history which identifies as more than 50% not straight. So more than 50% of that generation identifies as something other than straight, sexuality terms. More than 50% of that generation is from an ethnic minority race. So they are more than 50% people of color, right? 57% of them know someone that uses a they, them pronoun, right? The world is changing. That generation will, on average, stay in a career for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. Jesus, what? It's like, groceries. So my point is, you can say right now, well, my consumer's 35. I don't really care about Gen Z. Well, I can tell you they're coming and they are shaping the energy. What they care about, the reality is when a brand gets old, it dies. So the energy comes from youth, right? So if you have a consumer business, you want to stay ahead of things, I would strongly, strongly encourage you to spend time with Gen Z, because they may not be your consumer today, but in 5 years' time, they will have shaped the entire landscape. So those are some of the ways you stay ahead of it. You stay connected to your consumer. You build that into your whole organization. You spend time with your consumer, even if the feedback's ugly. And you really try to look at the next generation and what trends are shaping them, because it's coming thick and fast, right?